when social media becomes more than just entertainment. Law in the City, Korean title, Seocho Wall Street, is more than just another legal drama, it's quickly becoming a cultural phenomenon across social media platforms. Following a promising premiere, Episode 2 takes the series to new heights with psychological tension, tangled romance, and intense legal conflicts. While many dramas struggle to balance emotional depth with professional themes, Law in the City boldly allows these elements to collide, and in doing so, it captivates its audience. Can we truly trust our memories? And when people trained to prioritize logic, like lawyers, are led by emotion instead, what happens next? The emotional clash of conflicting memories. Episode 2 of Law in the City turns up the heat with a powerful confrontation between the two leads, An Yo-hyung, Lee Jong-suk, a composed and rational lawyer, and Kang Hee-ji, Moon Ga-young, a bold new associate with a mysterious past. The tension is not just professional, it's deeply personal, stemming from their conflicting recollections of a shared past. Hee-ji recalls a romantic relationship that once crossed professional boundaries, even including a kiss. Yo-hyung, however, insists he only vaguely remembers her from a brief encounter 2 years prior. This memory clash creates a haunting ambiguity: is someone misremembering, or is someone hiding the truth? Fans on social media are enthralled by the psychological intrigue. One popular post on X, Twitter, reads, "The tragedy isn't whether they were in love, it's that they remember that love in two completely different ways." Ambiguous romance, when even lawyers can't explain their feelings. One of the standout scenes in Episode 2 is the seemingly ordinary team dinner, which becomes the stage for a quiet war between the two leads. What starts as small talk quickly escalates into a subtle but sharp emotional standoff. To their co-workers, Hee-ji and Yo-hyung appear suspiciously close, perhaps too close. Their ambiguous relationship, filled with tension and unspoken words, sparks gossip. For viewers, even the slightest glance or accidental touch is enough to ignite explosive chemistry. What makes this relationship unique is its instability and uncertainty, a far cry from the typical will they won't they love stories in professional dramas. Here, love is less about romance and more about emotional memory. In a world governed by logic and law, does emotion have a place? Law as a battlefield, morality versus strategy. Despite the romantic undercurrents, Law in the City remains true to its legal drama roots. In Episode 2, Yo-hyung represents a major bank, his powerful client, while Hee-ji sides with the underdog, the victim, and works tirelessly to uncover legal precedents that could turn the case. Although they're both lawyers, their moral compasses differ dramatically. Yo-hyung follows logic and client interests, Hee-ji fights for what she believes is right. Their arguments in and out of court mirror their internal struggles, intellectual and emotional. Professor Han Young-woo, a criminal law scholar at Yonsei University, commented, "This series isn't just about lawsuits, it reflects the moral complexity of modern Korean law. The two leads embody opposing ideologies, professional duty versus personal ethics. A new direction for Korean legal dramas?" The show's skyrocketing popularity is evident in the numbers. Episode 2 recorded a 110% increase in ratings, hitting 5.1% nationwide. Even more telling, it was the most watched cable program in its time slot among viewers aged 20 to 49, a highly competitive demographic. This success hints at a larger trend in Korean dramas. Legal series are evolving beyond courtroom technicalities. Instead, they now explore the emotional and psychological costs of justice. Law in the City is part of this new generation, multi-layered, emotionally complex, and refreshingly unpredictable. Conclusion: when memories betray, who defends the truth? What makes Law in the City so compelling isn't simply the love story or the legal battles, it's the uncertainty of what's real. In a world where lawyers defend the truth, their own memories become the least reliable form of evidence. Perhaps the series is asking a deeper question: can we ever be honest with our memories? And if not, then truth, whether in law or love, is just a version of the past we choose to believe. Law in the City is more than a legal drama. It's a courtroom for memory and reason, for past and present, where the audience serves as the final jury. When a single kiss can shake the sky, the drama that took Korea by storm. In the ever-saturated world of Korean dramas, where love stories often blend into one another and legal thrillers follow familiar formulas, one new series has broken the mold: Law in the City. Follow it Seocho. With just its second episode, the drama saw a staggering 110% surge in ratings, jumping to 5.1% nationwide, and even dominating the competitive 20 to 49 age group in its time slot. What's driving this meteoric rise? It's not just the airtight script or the stylish cinematography, it's the electric, dangerously ambiguous relationship between the two leads, portrayed by Lee Jong-suk and Moon Ga-young. Theirs isn't just a love line, it's a psychological tug-of-war between memory, desire, and professional restraint. And when they kissed, social media went into meltdown. A kiss that questioned reality, memory versus manipulation. At the heart of Law in the City is not just the legal case, but a memory rift. Moon Ga-young's character, Kang Hee-ji, is convinced she once shared something romantic, possibly even intimate, with her senior An Yo-hyung, Lee Jong-suk. She remembers a kiss, the kind that lingers in the mind like perfume on old clothes. But Yo-hyung? He barely remembers her face. This one-sided memory isn't just fuel for fan speculation, it's a bold storytelling device. Who's telling the truth? Is Hee-ji misremembering a fleeting encounter, or is Yo-hyung hiding behind selective amnesia? The drama sets up a moral gray zone where romance and gaslighting dangerously overlap. In one electrifying moment during episode 2, their lips finally meet. Was it revenge? Was it closure? Was it genuine passion? The scene sparked over 2 million mentions on Korean social platforms in 24 hours, with fans dissecting every breath and angle. One viral comment on the coup reads, "That kiss wasn't just skinship, it was psychological warfare. Office romance, but make it legal, and lethal." What truly sets Law in the City apart is how it redefines the office romance genre. Unlike light-hearted rom-coms where co-workers flirt in elevators, this drama places its leads in a high-stakes legal battlefield. They're not just emotionally entangled, they're often literally on opposite sides of the courtroom. In episode 2, Yo-hyung defends a bank, Hee-ji champions the victim. Their legal clash mirrors their emotional conflict, logic versus intuition, experience versus raw instinct. The script doesn't shy away from legal jargon or complex arguments, but instead weaponizes them to reveal emotional vulnerabilities. It's Law as a metaphor for love, both brutal, both built on strategy, both hiding deep truths. Even side characters, like the enigmatic Jo Chang-won or the sharp-tongued Bae Moon-young, aren't just filler, they act as narrative mirrors and moral foils, pushing the main duo to question their motives at every turn. A love story that's more thriller than fairy tale. This is not the kind of drama where boy meets girl and happiness ensues. It's more like boy meets girl, both lie to each other, fight over truth, and maybe fall into love or disaster, or both. There's a narrative danger here that fans are craving in an era of formulaic romance. Critics have already dubbed it the Korean version of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but in suits and courtrooms. The show's ability to weave ambiguity into every exchange means audiences are kept in a constant state of emotional uncertainty, one that mirrors real-life love and trauma far more than most dramas dare to explore.